Yo, I'm Necro Nut on Twitch and YouTube, and I am a new Destiny player. This game fucking rules, and this game fucking stinks, and its community is extremely helpful, and its community is extremely unhelpful. I've got like 100 hours on this, season rank 18, whatever that means. And I still have no idea how to figure out where to go next or what to do. And that's based on the help from the game and the help from the community. So far, every time I look up new player information, I get conflicting information from the game and from its community. Things that I've begun to understand is that I can go to the destination screen and I can click on timeline and I can click all the way to the left and I can go find a new player guide that's also extremely unhelpful. And I also know that I can watch cutscenes along this path. And then as soon as you get to about here, if you're confused and you go talk to the community at all, this is when the community right here, they just start spurging. The information that you get from this point forward becomes very conflicting. Regardless, if you ignore the community, you still might not figure out how to get to this screen because it is still one of the most useless user interfaces I've ever experienced in my near 50 years of playing video games. So anyway, something about DLC going away or art theft or whatever that I don't care about because I'm not involved in because I'm a person and not just a Bungie obsessed Destiny 2 player. But I like shooting things in the face, and this game has really great visual presentation, so I wish to continue playing, so I continue asking for help. And I finally meet some people that are starting to give me helpful information, but even those people that are giving me helpful information are giving me conflicting information. Those people tell me to ignore the timeline and go somewhere else on the map and do something else on the map and have fun doing other things on the map and go to the end game so you could get there with your friends. And I'm like, but what if my friends don't even agree with each other on what you just said? And what if my friends are also telling me I wasted my time by even getting the game, even if I'm having fun? So anyway, Bungie, your players hate you. The ones that spent their money, they hate you. And your new players don't understand what you're trying to do. And it gets worse. I'm not done. I am way not done. So let's get to this screen. And I get here and I do this Cade's Fate mission. It's really sweet. But they're talking to me about people in the game, characters, NPCs, like I know who they are. So I'm assuming your story's been broken irrevocably at some point. And I don't know when or where or how it happened, but the new player experience for somebody who's not played Destiny or Destiny 2, by the way, I have played Destiny. And I've got about 80 hours in Destiny 2, and none of it has ever made any sense. A lot of people talking to me. Some of them got pretty cool voices too. I really liked Cade, and I really liked listening to my Ghost and Cade have the same voice at each other. That was really fun. And Zavala, may he rest in peace, whoever the guy was who played him, extremely awesome voice. Guardian, I'm going to talk to you. That guy's voice is awesome. But I still, so I'm apparently supposed to be doing Shadowkeep, but I met some people who told me I should just skip Shadowkeep. And then I met some people who told me that based on the DLC that I have, that I should go here and get these items from a chest to bring my gear score up, which y'all decide to call a light level, but it's a gear score if you've ever played any other video game in the history of ever. So I got my gear score up. And that's the other thing is I started complaining about this, right? So if you just screenshot this box right here, this box, the one that has your mobility, resilience, recovery, discipline, intellect, and strength stats, if you just screenshot that box without any of those pop-ups from mousing over, send that to somebody and ask them what that means, they will not figure it out. Also, don't mouse over these. Just look at it. What is it? I sent a screenshot to one of my other non-Destiny playing friends, and he said, I don't know, a triangle, a square, and a circle? And I was like, yeah, the UI is so unhelpful in this game. And they don't even, at any point, they do not tell you that you can mouse over anything for information. And then the timeline with characters just being eliminated. You meet some character, somebody tells you about some character named Anna during a cutscene. I don't know who that is. They talk to you like you know her. And also your labels of damage. So that's a green one. It's green. When I mouse over it, it's that. Whatever that is, it's that. Now, I know a Destiny 2 player go, that's Strand. And I'm going to go, no, it's nature in literally every video game ever. Like, this is ice in every video game ever. Yeah, this would be darkness or chaos in every video game ever. This would be shock or electricity in every video game ever. Yeah, there's one that's fire. Fire, shock, electricity. I wrote something in my Discord. Let me look this up real quick. I just have to Control F sandwich. Give us a sec here. It was actually a DM conversation I sent to one of my friends who's got a lot of hours. Yeah, here it is. See, Bungie is like, that's not a sandwich. Here at Bungie, we call meat between two slices of bread a fignorgnoctica sprinkle, and it's represented by this tiny, ugly, rectangular icon that means nothing to anyone. And if you don't understand what I mean by that, Destiny, Bungie, Destiny 2 players, what I mean is, this is called dexterity. This is called constitution. I don't, vitality, maybe? What I'm trying to tell you is that you have not reinvented the wheel. You've just poorly labeled all of the parts of it. What's the icon? This, until somebody told me that's supposed to look like a fist, I thought it was poop. These icons are awful. And not being told that I can mouse over them to find out what they are is awful. And I'm not done complaining about the UI yet. All right, so here we are on the map screen. Let's talk about friend requests. Let's talk about giving a friend request. Look on the screen. Look around the screen. If you've been here before, you are not the target audience for what I'm discussing. But down here, you have invite friends and 22 friends online, okay? So let's click on this. 22 friends online, all right? So there's platform players. This one here says manage invites. Find players via Bungie name, text search, accept or decline fire team, Bungie friend, clan invites, review incoming and outgoing fire team finder applications. Okay. Where do I do any of what you just said? I'm clicking around. I click here, there's no way to add a new friend, request a friend, look for a friend, type anything in any box. I'm mad clicking on the screen, nothing's happening. So here it says invite friends. Let's right click exactly like it said, and we're back on that same screen. And again, please look around and tell me where this information is that says I can find players via Bungie name, text search, accept, decline fire team, Bungie friend, clan invites. Show me where I can do that on this screen and I'll do it. It's not here. It's not here. Or is it here? Nor is it here. And nor is it here. Where is it? I'll show you where it is. Dear viewer, store, season pass, quests, map, destinations with an A and a D up there, okay? So let's push D to destinations. Let's push D again. By the way, destinations on this screen. Look at these things. What do they mean? There we go. That's what they mean. Okay, cool. And this thing here, this thing should be way bigger to show you what's going on, how to play. But anyway, let's push D again to go towards that, which when you mouse over is nothing. That's just showing you 22. Like how down here it says, let's go back again. When you mouse over this stuff, nothing happens, right? But when you go to these screens, like right there, it literally says, click here to invite your friends. And then when you do, you can't. It says that, right? That's what a mouse icon with a click on it is telling you. Click this to invite your friends. That's what anyone with a brain would think. But that is incorrect. Clicking this, you will not be able to invite any friends, ever. You have to go up here and get up to this little thing. And then you can finally manage your team invites. You can finally search for a friend. Finally. So this down here is useless. It serves no purpose. And I would say, get rid of this forever. This one up here at the top right, delete it, gone. And whatever functionality it has, like the functionality that down here suggests it should have, when you're on like the destination screen, that little mouse click to invite friends, this screen right here should be removed and replaced with that screen up there. Like, this is the useful one. This is not the useful one. This is the useful prompt. This has no prompt. Useful prompt, useful screen. Combine them, delete the useless crap. Why am I a new player? Like, again, I'm not new at video games. I've been playing video games since we used to just have a single stick and a red button. when we didn't have to have tutorials to explain how to get through the UI. And maybe this is a designed for controller AI, but I always found that to be a lame crutch excuse by Dark Souls players explaining why the controls are terrible on keyboard and mouse. And I'm a Dark Souls player, and I've beaten the game on keyboard and mouse, and the controls are terrible. And I'm also an adult, and I play my video games with a keyboard and mouse. So, dear Dark Souls players, that is a lame crutch excuse for bad controls. Elden Ring controls perfectly fine with keyboard and mouse, and Dark Souls is perfectly beatable despite having bad keyboard and mouse controls. Anyway, back to my point. This game's UI is trash. Ignore the fact that a bunch of things have been deleted or whatever, okay? And now, let me get to some of my other bitching. Let's go to the Cosmodrome. As we head to the Cosmodrome, we're going to pretend that I've started a brand new character. And the game leads you up to the Cosmodrome. And you drive around the Cosmodrome and you shoot aliens in the face on the Cosmodrome and you have fun while you're here doing stuff. You do stuff for Shaw. You get an idea of how the UI works. The game sort of hints at what you can do and where you can go and how you can navigate. And these are great things to be told as a new person. But when we get here, I'm going to demonstrate, and I can't immediately demonstrate it, but I'm going to demonstrate through conversation why this game makes me so infuriatingly mad. So you're a new player. You're exploring this map. You're doing quests. You're having fun. You're seeing all the things that there are to do. 99%, if not 100%, if not 99.99% of people that play this for the first time ever, they're going to go through this map, and at some point they're going to get a little bit bored. Not because the game is boring, but because it's time to go to bed or go to work or have lunch or the kids are making noise and anyway, those things are going on, life is happening, and you get up and walk away from the game. You log out. Or the game logs you out because you AFK out. Some of us are like that. So you do that. You log out. You log back in. But instead of bringing you back here, or even to this screen here, I didn't mean to throw my grenade. Instead of bringing you back to the spot you logged out, or back to the map you logged out at some default spawn location like the steps or Skywatch, or even to the destination map, the orbiter, like you're hanging out above the planet or the Cosmodrome or whatever. Instead, it dumps you in a cutscene that talks to you about people you've never met and story you've never experienced. And it dumps you into some DLC you've never played before. That's if you've bought as much of the game as I've bought. And so you hold tab and you come back to the destination screen and you leave whatever DLC they dumped you in and you come back here to the Cosmodrome and you resume what you were doing. Until presumably you have to go to bed or the kids are making noise, etc., and you log out again. And when you log back in, they do it again. A different cutscene, a different DLC, more people you've never met, more story you've never experienced before. And you're again dropped in a place you've never been with no explanation of what's going on. So again, you hold tab and you leave. And you come back here, presumably, resume your adventures. And maybe this time, if you're like me, you may get out of here. You're done. And it takes you to the tower. And then you adventure around the tower and you have some fun. And the game gives you a couple more missions or whatever. And you do that. And then presumably life happens and you have to go to work or go to bed or the kids are making noise, whatever. And you log out. And again, when you log back in, they do it again. They tell you a story you've never heard about people you've never met, covering things you've never done, and drop you in some DLC or whatever. If you're new, this stinks. At this point, you've now been talked out of playing the game. By the game. The game has told you to stop playing the game. Now, let me read you something else here. Hold on. One of my friends was telling me, and this is a friend of mine who said something about how the old way of introducing new players to the game was better. Well, I don't know what the old way was, and I'm a new player. And the old way is not coming back. So my response to my friend was, I can't speak for the old way the game used to be done by new players, but this is the current way to learn Destiny 2. currently. This is from a new player. I am new. You don't buy it. This is a step 1 to step 13 process, okay? Step 1, you don't buy it for a long time because you have no idea what's what, and the Steam page doesn't tell you. Step 2, watch a friend stream it. Step 3, ask around which DLC is what and what you need to get the most out of the game. Step 4, look for discounts. Step 5, get a whole bunch of Destiny 2 for less than $60. Step 6, try the game, get confused, and quit. Step 7, repeat step 6 for 80 hours. Step 8, talk to a Destiny 2 player who finally explains what the fuck happened and how to get the best into what you paid, how to get the best out of what you paid for. Step 9, start talking about it out loud to more Destiny 2 players. Step 10, live stream it one time. Step 11, make new friends. Step 12, Step 13, profit. Right now I'm on step 12. And I haven't figured out what that means. But I've met more players who have also confused me. They've introduced me to good time. I've had a great time. But they've confused me. They've left me like did you know that you can click on Eternity and go to something called the Rite of the Nine and the Ghosts of the Deep? And I didn't, and I did some of it last night, and I died more than I survived, but did I have fun? Yes, but was that fun in the context of knowing what's going on at all? Nope. I still have no idea what's going on. The most consistent story that I've gotten so far has been on the timeline, and not from a YouTube video, and not from another player, and not from Bungie. I guess from Bungie. I guess the timeline this is Bungie's fault, right? But even then, dear Bungie, this doesn't make sense for a new player, and you haven't told anyone how to get here. I had to watch a YouTube video to find out how to get here, and even that, shout out Dado or whatever, how you pronounce his name, he said the new player guide is in here, and it's all the way back on the upper left, and it's grayed out, right? Well, I did read the new player guide, and it was not useful. Whoever told you the new player guide is useful was lying to you. This is not useful. It just says things like, if you like punching things in the face, be a Titan. Well, okay, you still haven't taught me anything, but I did pick a Titan because of that, so I guess I got that going for me, which is nice. But yeah, what the fuck are you? What the fuck, right? What the fuck is any of this? But yo, I own this, right? So, okay, cool. What does that mean? This says I own it. But what does that mean for me? How do I do what I own? It says I own that, right? But it doesn't tell me what's next. Even though it tells me what's next in the story. Return to orbit, watch a cinematic to learn about the pyramid on the moon. There's your first clue right there, that there's a pyramid on the moon, and that's your DLC. So I did go there, and that was after having much conversation with other Destiny 2 players who told me that's not where to go next. You should go here next, or 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 here next. But nobody told me, check the timeline, go to the moon next. But I checked the timeline, and I watched all those videos. And by the way, Destiny 2 players, when you talk about the timeline, they're like, this is the part, yeah. Destiny 2 players get real mad when you talk about Curse of Osiris. I don't know. No, I don't know nothing about it. I'm new here, bro. So I guess my advice as a new player to Destiny 2, my advice is ignore everyone's advice. Ignore everything you're told about this game. Ignore the game telling you anything about the game. The game is lying to you. The players don't know what to do next because the players are all old veteran players who remember a game that doesn't exist anymore. So you, a new player, you should, if you're on PC keyboard, I don't know how to do this on control, you hit M, and you go to map. Then you hit D to go to the destination screen, and then you go on the upper right and you find timeline, and you click that. Then you click the left arrow a whole bunch and start watching cutscenes, and the ones that don't have cutscenes, just read about them. Then do the Cade story, which won't make any sense to you because they mention people you are never going to meet that died or were deleted or whatever. And then mouse over all these things and read about them and hope hope that they give you some sort of context clue as to where you should go next. Return to orbit, watch a cinematic to learn about a pyramid on the moon. And then you go, okay, the moon, got it. There's a moon around Earth. There it is. So initially, you start at the Cosmodrome, you do as much there as you can. And then the game sends you to the tower. And then you do the EDZ, and then right after that, this game no longer cares about you or what you do. Like, if they've already got you, then they don't care about you. So, the initial tutorial is, you like shooting things in the face? We're going to start you here. All right, now go here and meet people. This is the social hub. It's super fun. And now there's a guy that's going to send you here. Now, as soon as you're done, right there, as soon as you're done on the EDZ, that's it. You get no more help, which is weird. But it's not weird, but it is weird. Anyway, when you get to the timeline and it tells you go to the moon, eventually you're going to meet a player who goes, did you check the quest tab? And I go, yeah, it doesn't make any sense because it's telling me to go straight to the final shape. Like, after you do first light, this thing says go to the final shape. Now, if you're a new player, this screen here looks like this should be the screen you're on. My next quest, according to the game now, not the timeline, but the quest screen, is final shape. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So some other players said, go over to the left side of the screen, right? Okay. So I started trying to do stuff over here. Now this screen has changed completely and is now even less helpful than it was before. So I guess I know even less than I did yesterday. Because you're able to track quests from this screen. Complete the exotic mission, 0 hour. Launch the mission from Legends subscreen on your director. What? The Legends subscreen? Legends. Legends? Legends. Legends? Legends. Oh, the Destiny. Okay, I 10-4. I bet I'm not supposed to go there yet. So, yeah, nothing appears in order. Nothing. Nothing appears to be helpful. Nothing makes any sense. I am more lost after 100 hours than I was in hour 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, all the way up to now. I am more lost now than I was the day before yesterday. I'm more lost now than I was yesterday. And I imagine I'm only going to continue to get more lost. This game and the company and its player base are extremely hostile to new people. So if you want to know why your game is apparently dying, which I don't think it is, 35 to 50,000 concurrent fucking players is something that Shroud of the Avatar would love to have, Kappa. Go ahead and look them up on Steam charts. They'll appreciate it. It's free, by the way. Totally play that free game. It's free. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, Jesus Christ, Bungie, get your shit together. Also, whoever owns Bungie, fire its entire management, like everyone in management. Because I imagine the people at the bottom rung of these ladders know all of this shit is wrong with the game and maybe want to fix it. Because I'm nobody. I know nothing and I've never built a video game, but I know a bad UI when I've experienced it, and this UI stinks. These quest logs, this community is in shambles, and so is the game. Even if it's fun. It's so fun. But it makes no sense. Maybe embrace that. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you at this point. Aside from, get your shit together. Anyway, love you, bye. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Don't click subscribe, don't click like, don't leave a comment, and don't click the link below. Beato.
You guys, who's Necronut?